This is Oba, one of the last. Can you not vote? Hope you see, Papa. No, Nebola,
What if I told you that the Nigerian government just presented a newspaper article as evidence in a courtroom? Not an investigation, not a witness, just an article of newspaper. What if I told you that the same court admitted claims that Nnamdi Kanu ordered 2,000 people to be killed based only on one man's word, while that man is nowhere to be found? Yes, you heard that right. Is nowhere to be found. Today in court, truth battle lies, power clash with resistance, and something shocking was admitted into evidence that could shake the very foundation of this case. This is not just about a man in handcuffs. It is about freedom, justice, and the future of a people. Stay with us till the end. This is the full breakdown of what happened in court on June 18, 2025. You won't believe how far the prosecution went. Don't forget to like this video, comment your thoughts, and share this update right now. Use the hashtag justice for Nnamdi Kanu, hashtag free Nnamdi Kanu now, to let your voice be heard. Let's start with the biggest bombshell of the day. In a serious courtroom inside a Federal High Court in Abuja, the prosecution stood up and presented a Vanguard newspaper as evidence, not a live witness, not a sworn affidavit, just a publication. paper. According to the Vanguard, one man, Uzoma Benjamin, also known as Onyami, claimed that Nnamdi Kanu ordered him to kill 2,000 people through his superior. But here's the twist: Onyami himself didn't show up in court. He wasn't arrested. He wasn't cross-examined. He hasn't even been found. Yet his word printed in a newspaper were read in open court and used as evidence to prove Nnamdi Kanu guilty. Let that sink in. This man supposedly received deadly instruction from Kanu, but nobody can find him. Even more shocking, the defense counsel didn't object to this part, but when they finally objected to the actual tendering of the newspaper, the judge overruled them. The newspaper was marked as an exhibit, just like that. Pause this video and comment below. Do you think newspaper story should be used as legal evidence to convict someone? Use hashtag justice for Nnamdi Kanu and tag your friends. Let's make noise. Yes, tag your friend now. Let's move to the cross-examination of the prosecution witnesses known as PWFDDD, a law enforcement officer. The prosecution began with a question meant to paint Kanu as a terrorist. What do you think about the Owerri prison attack? Without hesitation, the DSS officer said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu authorized the prison break. There was no hesitation, no evidence, just a direct accusation. But what followed next was even more disturbing. They asked the officer to describe his duties. He responded, "My job is to gather intelligence. I also raid camps. During one of the raids on an ESN camp, I saw human heads, bodies, and ESN members eating human flesh." Yes, you heard that right. The man claimed ESN members were cannibals. But where is the proof? No photos, no videos, just shocking words thrown into the air. Words that will now stick in the mind of anyone listening. And when they asked if they had found Uzoma, the same Oyami whose statement was used against Kanu. The officer simply said, "No, we have not found him. So let's get this straight." They use his statement as evidence, but the man is missing. What kind of justice is this? If you are watching this and you feel something is not right, hit the like button now. Let YouTube push this message to the world. Use hashtag free Nnamdi Kanu now. In the comments, let them know we are not blind. Next up is what many people are calling the transmitter saga. The prosecution brought up a transmitter that they claim was imported by Nnamdi Kanu. They asked the witness, "What do you have to say about the transmitter?" The DSS officer said, "Based on physical observation, it was meant for broadcasting. Before importing such, you must get permission, but permission was not obtained." Then came the most critical question: who owns the transmitter? Without evidence, the officer said the defendant, Nnamdi Kanu, is the owner. You can check Vanguard, July 3, 2023. Again, no proof, no importation document, no custom records, no technical evidence. And when they tried to tender that newspaper again, the defense objected that the judge overruled it. And when they tried to tender that newspaper again, the defense objected, but the judge overruled it. It was accepted as evidence. Then came another twist. The prosecution brought in a document from the Nigeria Broadcasting Commission, NBC. This time, they were careful. "Can you identify this document?" The witness said, "Yes, NBC examined the transmitter at DSS headquarters after Kanu brought it." And for the first time, the defense did not object. The NBC report was admitted as an exhibit. But let's ask a key question. If the transmitter is just equipment, how does it prove terrorism? How does a transmitter equal a threat to national security? If you believe a transmitter is not a weapon, drop your voice in the comment section. Let's fill the timeline with the truth. Let's talk about the loopholes, the contradictions, the smoke and mirrors. They are using the word of a man who is nowhere to be found. They are tendering newspapers instead of free investigation reports. They accuse the defendant of owning a transmitter with no importation papers, no invoice, no video, no link, just words. They claim Kanu authorized a prison break, but brought no video, no planning document, no order, just words. If this was a real terrorist case, shouldn't the evidence be stronger? Pause this video and ask, where is the real proof? Tag a lawyer, tag a human rights group, tag Amnesty International. We want justice for Nnamdi Kanu. Here is where things get even more complicated. The defense team, led by Barrister Ejimako, objected to some parts, especially the newspapers, but on some key points, they said nothing. For example, they did not object to the NBC document about the transmitters. They did not challenge the DSS witness on the prison break. They did not ask about the absence of Uzoma Onyami. Why? Are they holding back their strategy? Or is the courtroom coming hostile to them? Some supporters are asking, is Kanu getting a fair trial? If you believe the defense must speak louder, type "stand strong" in the comments. Let's encourage them to keep fighting. The trial continues. More witness will come, more evidence will be presented, and the battle will only get more intense. But what can we learn from today? That the system can bend the rules. That words can be more dangerous than bullets. That silence in the courtroom is sometimes louder than shouting in the streets. And that the freedom of one man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is now the symbol of resistance for millions. We must stay alert. We must watch closely. We must not allow injustice to hide behind the law. Brothers and sisters, this is not just a legal battle. It is a battle for history, for truth, and for our future. if we allow lies to become fact, if we allow newspapers to become law, if we allow missing men to convict living heroes, then none of us are safe. But if we speak, if we shout, if we share this video right now, then the world will hear us. Don't scroll without clicking like. Do not watch in silence. Comment your thoughts and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more updates. This is the struggle for justice. This is the fight for freedom. This is the voice of Biafra. Hashtag justice for Nnamdi Kanu. Hashtag free Nnamdi Kanu now. Hashtag end injustice.